how to get rid of your child's mobile addiction. So how to make your child stop using mobile phone gadgets too much. Let me call it a screen time. So this screen time actually includes everything, including the mobile phone, playing video games, watching TV, and the squandering time on laptop. Excessive screen hours is a big problem. Parents, yes? And so many parents, they come and tell me that this screen hours is very high. It is ranging from 4 hours to even 10 hours a day. And this has become a habit. So there's something wrong. And what's wrong in it? Because parents are complaining that their children are completely lost. They don't study. They don't eat food. They don't interact with the family members. The only friend they have is online. And they don't want to go out and play. They just want to be lying all the time on the bed or a couch, and all day they want to be lost in the virtual world, and they don't sleep on time also because of it. And it's all because the child's life revolves around the mobile, video games, laptops and TV. It's like the screen time has consumed your child. So what can be done? Here, first let us begin with things that you shouldn't do and that don't work and will make the problem worse. First, requesting. Sometimes you think if you will be nice to them, oh my son, oh my daughter, please give me back the phone. Please don't use it so much. It's not a good, this phone addiction is not good for you. They will listen to you. Do you think? No. Requesting rarely works for these kinds of issues. Second thing that won't work is testing their willpower. Why should we have to stop the child from using the phone? First you think this. I want my child to stop on their own. I want to make them responsible. Why should I have to tell them every time my child is left on his testing, his willpower, him to decide, her to decide how to stop the mobile? This will not happen because this is a bad idea. The screen itself is so rewarding for the child's brain that he or she cannot stop, and they are addicted. This is like a drug addiction. This is a problem. So don't put them to this kind of test because you will be disappointed again and again. Third, nagging or shouting. This will have a negative version, a negative effect. By requesting again with an increased frequency or asking too many times is not going to help you. So you are wasting all the time with these all three things. This is not going to help you. Now, shouting will, it's on top of your lungs and saying, why are you so stubborn? Now will not work. So now, these are some of the things which will not work. So now I will give you suggestions. First thing, which is prevention. Prevention, you have heard, is better than cure. So don't let this habit take root. It's not first. What you have to do is you have to clearly set a rule, and you can make points of it and also see what I have written later in the PDF. Having clear rule in the house. For younger children, 1 or 2 hours is enough, and for the children who gets older, 2 to 3 hours is enough. This is a general idea I am giving, while you have to refer to the latest guidelines of American Heart Research Institute, because this is ever changing their data, which if you will see every 3 months they are coming up with new research. So playing video games 2 hours or anything for that specific number of hours, do anything. Only that number of hours has to be really monitored. So if you decide, for example, that the limit has been crossed, and so this rule has been, broken. So now I will give you the second point, which I am allowing you, which is going to work, is clean policing. So here, this is a very successful technique. By here, I mean you have to use your authority to say that this is the time. And if you will see that if you are bringing stuff from other countries to another country, the custom officer For each product, there is a limit, how much you can bring to this country. And if you cross the limit, the custom officer will seize your stuff. No negotiation, no fight, clean, well-established authority and execution of rules. So here each parent needs to learn to be a good police. This is what the learning is, which involves make sure that your well thought out, your rational decisions are executed without any verbal abuse or violence. And with this least possible harming the child, this learning is coming to the child. So when it comes to the screen time, the screen policing must be used instead of asking, requesting, shouting, showing anger. Third, rational, consistent communication. So you made the rule and now you are executing it, but the child doesn't know why. So your job is all time communicating, asking question and taking permission while executing your rules. Asking permission, this is a skill. This is a skill again to be learnt. And people now with this training, you will become aware. There is a way how to ask questions. What, when, to whom, so that the other person gets enrolled. This is not just coming and asking anything. This comes with a training and with a proper guided guidelines. So here you have to see also what words you are using, what is your tone, that is very important, 38%, and 56% is your body language, which is very important when you are communicating. And when they disagree, you need to keep on telling them consistently. Many parents, they give up. No, I can't. He is not listening. She is not listening. You are a parent. You can't do it. You have to make consistent communication. And you will get a lot of resistance, let me tell you. Lot of argument, talking it again, arguments, and the child's reaction also. But here I am training you that this is going to happen. So you cannot accept the defeat. When they resist, it's your turn to learn something and communicate in a new way. And now you have an expert also to help you. So take care that you have to really engage them, buy them something which will take away from the mobile, and they are engaged like with toys, comics, books, good board games which are social and educational, taking them to nature, music, dance class, taking them out, exercise, putting them to sport so that they have a lot of fun. Talk to them, have a playtime with them so that there is a connection, because before the correction, you need to make the connection with the child and make sure that they stick to these new activities. And little effort would be needed here. Yoga, all this will help you. Book reading, book writing. To summarize, you take their gadget away, but you make sure that you give them something in return. And when you take their gadget away, you do 3 major things and have a clear rule for these limited screeners. Execute the rule with full authority, with the least possible harm, and support all the above with rational, consistent communication. And finally, do it as early as possible in their childhood. If you don't do it probably, then you will need counselors to do this with your child. And later you might take help, which is a good idea, but I am actually preparing you to do all this so that you prevent the future hell by acting today, because I have warned you today. I have warned you today that we have to get rid of our child's mobile addiction now.